We started off today with a little bit of negative energy. I think I brought that in with stories of hassles that I'd experienced. So I'm shaking it off this morning. We talk about things that are awkward. We like to focus on things that have the potential to be funny. Even when we had difficulties, we tried to laugh about them. So I don't know. It's just easier when it's not the topic isn't too heavy. But I know we've done that sometimes.
No, but we're here for each other at the same time, because when you're older, you start dealing with some of the life challenges, and everybody's got to deal with them.
Heroes of
humility, 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 humility. This is not a charade. This is real. These words you are about to hear are coming from real humans on a mission to save the human race from itself. Buckle up while these delusional heroes of humility, aka HoHs, attempt to right the wrongs in everyday human behavior.
Like, one of the things that you started telling us about was your Scam City on your TV.
Oh, dude, I've been through technological hell.
And people can relate with that because we've all had troubles and problems with appliances not working the way they're supposed to.
And I don't want to make it a huge, complicated thing, but it is complicated. All the ways that technology is intervene in a simpler life that probably would be a little bit happier. The TV that I got 2 years ago just stopped coming on. Like, just decided, how does that happen? One day it just stops coming on. I don't know, it's somewhere between 25 and 3,000. Luckily, I bought the insurance and everything. It's a Samsung. I'm going to say it right here. It was a Samsung. And I did a bunch of research on this, and I'm going to tell the listeners.
And you have to realize, when he says a bunch, that's not the average amount of research most of us do. So as you can imagine, when you do a large purchase, like most of us, you do a little bit of research, right? That's probably, I want to say that is the average. Now, Pierce is very different. He will go into in-depth research for a product, even if it's not a significant price ticket, because he wants to get the best of the best and will fill his needs. So to start all over again is like burdensome.
It is, dude. And you are making astute observations and keeping the podcast quasi-entertaining right now, because if otherwise I would just be going into a tirade about Samsung. But I do want listeners to know that this Samsung, and this isn't time for the Scam City section, so we will do that later, but I'm just, this is the sound letting you know that I'm going to talk about a scam. The S90 series television model family of Samsung TVs has a power hub that is a known defect and that it's known to go bad on these TVs. It could happen in 2 months, or it could happen like it did to me in 2 years. And luckily I bought it through Costco, and they have a 2-year concierge insurance coverage. And then you buy the Allstate add-on, gives you another 3. The manufacturer has 2, but I've read anecdote after anecdote on Best Buy and other places where they take you through this myriad of steps so that somebody will come out and they service it by putting a power hub in your TV, a new power hub. And then that happens again. And that's actually happened to some people. And I told the lady that I spoke with in the Costco, and to the Costco's credit, I called and I got a person on the phone on Sunday. So,
oh, wow, that's actually unique.
Yeah. And they had me submit some pictures, I guess, as evidence that the TV wasn't dropped or something, but my TV just doesn't turn on anymore. It's a 77-inch paperweight in my family room.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person that as soon as I get up, I turn the TV on. It's like another voice in the room, I guess. It's a comfort thing. Apparently, that's the way I was raised. It was like you always have like the news or some show on, and so it's like my TV gets quite a bit of use. And to not have it, it's kind of like the TV room, living room, whatever you want to call it, is now...
Yeah.
Like it's a black hole.
It's almost dysfunctional room now. And that's sad in a way.
Well,
like when on Little House on the Prairie, they didn't have a TV.
Well, that and most people that are probably listening going, what's the big freaking deal? If you have the money, just go out and buy a new one. People, that's what I'm trying to relay, is that Pierce is not the person to just willy-nilly just go and just flip out the card and go get a new device. Could he afford it? Yes. The problem is the research wasn't done before the purchase.
Dude, you are making this podcast so good today, and I apologize because Beige hasn't been able to get a word in, but I know he's being a very gracious listener right now. But here's what happened, and I will tell you, and I won't go into a huge thing about it, but you are so right. I had to research another TV. And I said, I'm not getting another Samsung, but there's only 2 manufacturers that actually make the OLED technology and the screens and the OLEDs that are used in most TVs. And it's still Samsung and LG. Yeah. In fact, other manufacturers use them. I found this out yesterday. Well, I found a better TV to the tune of about $5,400. Now,
and nowadays that's still kind of pricey for a flat screen, especially when you're going up in size.
Yeah. And the TV is going to be like 6 inches bigger. It's going to be a better TV probably, and it's going to be a different brand, but I wasn't ready to do all that yesterday. And it almost feels like, yeah, our air conditioning's broken or our water filtration system's broken, but it's just a TV. And I thought, shame on me for being so weak that I spent so much time on this yesterday, but I got the wheels in motion. If they approve it, then they're simply going to refund me the money, because I'm outside the normal refund return policy. But because of the lady revealed to me that this is a known issue for Samsung on these models, that this power hub goes out, save yourself the aggravation and don't buy this TV. And if you are listening to Heroes of Humility for some fun and laughs, you're also getting a warning today to be careful about that. And this is an older series now. S90 is not that old. They're selling older models still on Costco, but I noticed they don't have any more S90s that I could tell. And it was a good OLED TV.
Well, Beige brought it up, and this is Beige's point, and that's why I say definitely Scam City of that's how they get you, right? Your TV takes a clunk out, and it wasn't a cheap TV to begin with, but at what reason why? You go bigger and more expensive, right? And that's the scam.
Yeah, dude, you're right. That kind of scam, I'm a victim of that scam because now I'm going to get something. The other reason I didn't just buy it is because what if they say, well, we're not willing to refund you the money, even though the lady led me to believe that's likely what's going to happen, because they had to immediately escalate the case instead of sending someone to my house because it's a known issue. But what if they come back and say, oh, we have to replace the power hub. That's the only thing we can do for you. Now, my beauty is going to be like, oh, now we have 2 TVs. And yeah, this new one might work with the new power hub, or maybe they've improved the power hub so now it doesn't fail. But now I've got 2 huge TVs. This one's 77, the other one would be 83. That's why the other reason I haven't ordered it. So now I'm kind of hoping that they just do the right thing, refund me, and now I can go ahead and get the new one. And I mean, is that what you guys would do? Does that sound like, would you wait? We have a TV upstairs, so we can watch that.
Well, I was going to say something. I remember I was dealing with, and not just to hate on any certain product brand, but we had an LG fridge, the French doors with the bottom freezer. It was like, oh, cool. We're upgrading fridges. We're a more adulting couple. We're going to invest in a nice fridge, right? It was an LG fridge, and it went out after a couple years. And I was like, this wasn't chump change. The refrigerators we grew up with were like almond colored, and they lasted for 25 years.
Yes.
And they were probably $500.
They were green or yellow. And
now they're $2,500 and they barely last a year.
Yeah.
And it was, when we called into the warranty, it was, oh, that's a known issue with the LG refrigerator motor going out. And we're like, okay, cool. We're under warranty. Get it fixed. Oh, yeah, but the parts are made in Korea. And there is, during COVID, and there's a back order because there's a class action lawsuit going against LG because all these motors are going out. Sorry, you couldn't get it replaced under warranty, but it might be several months. You're like, what do I do with this big monstrosity that doesn't cool food in the house with the family? You know what I mean? So... Yeah. It's one of those things that you're like, dude, what do I tell? I mean, I seriously just asked the guy that. Like, what do you want me to tell my family? I got to have some machine in here that cools food.
Yeah.
Do I buy another fridge and then hope you fix this one? And then, like you just said, then what? I have 2 fridges?
Right.
I can't. Like, what? That doesn't make sense.
What did you do?
We got rid of the fridge and bought a new one.
So you just ate the loss. Basically.
We ate the loss.
That's ridiculous. That's and you know what? I'm tired of this happening to humans, Americans, look, I feel that, okay, I understand, and my fridge was made in another country, and I have my misgivings about the way that it might have been made. Actually, I'm talking about my TV. I apologize. But my fridge did the same thing, and I had the compressor changed, and it was a compressor issue, and luckily it's been working. But yeah, it's like, Beige is right. It works just long enough, and that's how they get you.
Get past the warranty.
And then you're like, well, now I got to do something. And if you go through their song and dance, it could take weeks. And what are you supposed to do in the meantime? Because we become so dependent on these items.
Well, my thing is, we've all gotten spoiled. Like, why do we need the fridge that has the little window on it and you can make your list there? Like, we never had that before as kids. And it was just a thing that cooled your food. Now we need all the bells and whistles. Well, the more bells and whistles you have on the fridge, the more things can go wrong.
Right.
And so that's why the fridges before lasted for years and years, because it's like compressor to cool the food and that's it. Like,
that's
that's very few things that can go wrong. Now it's like, oh, well, I need this and I need this and I need
does the fridge have Wi-Fi?
And I need yeah, and it's like,
why do I need Wi-Fi for my fridge?
Why do we need all this stuff?
Yeah, why do you need like a movie screen on your TV? I mean, on your fridge. I don't understand that. Like, if you think about too how you feel when something that you've invested in like that stops working, it's not a good feeling.
Well, like back in the day, the fridges didn't even have ice makers, dude, or water, and now it's really almost every fridge you buy, unless you buy like a mini fridge or something, it's going to have ice maker and water and all that stuff. I don't think I've ever had a fridge for more than like 4 or 5 years with an ice maker where there was not an eventual issue with the ice maker.
Well, yeah, then you have to buy the filters that are 50, 60 bucks every so
pop.
often.
Yeah, exactly. Before we would just make ice by putting in trays in the freezer. Like, that's how you used to make ice. Like, that's not going to break, dude.
That sounds so simple, but there's something to the simplicity of it that when you go back to that, you're like, man, I don't have to pay $1,000 to get my thing to make ice chunks for my drink. I used to be able to do it with a plastic tray for $1.
Right, and it would never break.
Yeah. There
was never any issue.
There's no technological vulnerabilities in an ice tray. It just makes the ice.
So ask yourself the question, you buy something, what is that object intended to be used for? A refrigerator, at its base, what is it for?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Keeping food cold and
keeping
stuff frozen.
Well, that and
everything else is like extra stuff.
Well, that I will say, after that refrigerator purchase, one of the things that we came back with, and making it not so boring for the listeners, was going to a brand that was made and by I should say, at least made or assembled with American parts. So if it did fail, the parts were accessible to purchase.
Imagine that.
Not, and it sounds so simple, but I think that we're kind of getting away from producing some of our own products to where it was like, we can't even fix the device that's in our place because we're dependent on somebody else to make that product for us. And it was kind of, it bummed me out because like when you make that investment to a product, you're like, okay, I will spend the money on something. I'll invest in this product because it looks like it's a quality product. But then when it fails after 2-3 years and you're like, our $500 fridge that was almond colored lasted for 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow. And it was a Sears, like whatever fridge that we would go to Sears and, hey, I want the white one. There was no water on it, or it was very simple. It broke. It cost like $50, $60, $100 to fix. And then it worked for another 10 years. Like, okay, cool. I can deal with that.
I think the economics of how it works is too, when you have somebody else come out with something that has a tiny different feature, and then they are able to produce that in mass quickness. And then they sell it for cheaper than the other guy can. It just starts to push other people out of the market that were making something quality. Well, and that's been happening for a while.
It's a whole marketing thing. Like, the minute a fridge comes out with a new feature, then psychologically everybody's like, oh, I need this, oh, I need this fridge does this. And that's like enough for me to want to upgrade my fridge now to something else that does something that I really don't need, No,
I had to get a washer and dryer recently, and one of the options is Wi-Fi. And I was like, why? I mean, I like technology. I like, okay, hey, if it makes my life easier, more convenient, cool. I have like the wireless Amazon freaking switches for my house. Like, as kind of cheesy as that sounds, I ended up liking it. I can just say something, dim the lights, and it'll dim the lights for me. So I'm like, why would I want Wi-Fi for my laundry? It doesn't move stuff from the washer to the dryer. Like, if I could have that, that would be cool feature, right? But what? Why do I need Wi-Fi for my washer and dryer?
So they
it
can
beeps when it's
diagnose
done.
the problems when you're. I think that's one of the things with the fridge. They want to be able to help diagnose it. Well, just make it so it doesn't work, right? So that it works, and we don't have to diagnose anything.
I'll invest more money if you get a better, like a piece of, compressor or whatever, make it last longer.
But the Wi-Fi for the washer and dryer, it's like, is the point of that so that I can do laundry like when I'm not home or something, you know?
But yeah,
and me personally, like, I don't want to run my washing machine or my dryer when I'm not home, because what if there's a catastrophic failure and it starts flooding the house or something? You know what I mean?
and you're
like,
pressing the button on your phone.
And you're
wash.
Right. Well, and it's like, in the meantime, you're not there and your house is getting flooded. You want to at least be there to see if there's an issue.
Well,
at least that's where I'm at.
At least you could watch it flood with the Wi-Fi cameras that you probably have up in your
that's
bedroom.
That's what it's for. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Down the hallway.
It's kind of strange how, like you said, some of the features are really useful, and some are like, wait, why would I need that?
Yeah.
Because I know these smart TVs, I love mine, but I'm sure there's more features that I would probably never even use.
Just in the last year, dude, I was researching that. And the main reason that I'm selecting the model that I want is because it was made in 2026 spring. So the chances of them working out some of the bugs are better, but they keep making so many new features that they keep integrating more bugs, and so you're always trying to stay ahead of that in a sense. If I had there was a Sony Bravia that was a 77-inch being sold by Costco, 866 reviews. Everybody's been really happy with it, but it's a 2024 model, and it just seems it's also a thing with technology. You can't buy. I get my news from Wall Street Journal. I'm sorry, we're not a political show. I don't think that's a political thing to say. And I only avoid the topic because I don't want to make people feel weird or bad. But if I feel like it's fair enough to say, I'll just say it and we won't worry about it. But in this regard, I think Wall Street Journal is just the best source of news that I can get in the morning, because it seems to be pretty straightforward and focusing on just the facts. And maybe that's because of the motivation or agenda that people are relying on this, or it's a stereotypical source for getting economically advantageous information so that you can make some decisions about your investment. But I tend to feel like the information is good. And sometimes they do have analysts come on and provide some opinion, but they provide both sides and they try to give. So the point of this is, even on Wall Street Journal, I'm seeing these advertisements that pop up over and over again, and they make them short stories, and you have to watch it before you can get to the actual news thing that you're interested in. And you've got to listen to them now on and on talk about how AI is improving things. And they're usually CEOs of AI companies that are talking about how much better this is going to make life and trying to spin it and explain to you, while they have these huge factories that they have to keep all these processors cool in some city. And I know there's goods and there's pros and cons, but they just go on. And I'm thinking most of the time when I use AI, it's because I want to know the difference between these two TVs, or if this Star Wars helmet is better than the one that came out last year. And I might ask it a few questions, and I'm making it trivial, but sometimes I get some good help and it's quicker than it was with just Google. But I'm like, I just don't know how much more I can get out of the internet than I already get. So do I need something that can make a video? And by the way, now I see commercials with AI. Is that coming from a real human? Are those two real people talking?
Well,
I don't trust.
My question is, when is it ever enough? When is it ever like, okay, we don't need to have to constantly keep improving or tweaking something? When is it like, oh no, this is good, we're happy with this,
yes.
But it's a constant thing of, oh, well, you need this now and you need that, and it's like constantly. And it's fine if it's something that you're developing that actually like makes things better, but I feel a lot of times it's just like changing things just for the sake of changing things, and it's not even like
I guess
improving the experience.
When I think of that, what you're getting to is kind of like if you see a picture, and if it's a picture of real nature, let's just make up something like it's a sunset of the beach or something, whatever, and you're like, man, that's a cool picture. But then to find out later that it's AI generated, doesn't it kind of seem like it loses its luster? It's not, it's man-made. It's not part of nature. It doesn't have the same value.
I would feel like I just wasted, I got robbed of my time too, because I vested my 2 minutes or whatever it was just into this one concept, and it's all fake. It was just made from other people's concepts.
Yeah, as much as I like the convenience of like learning and doing a process faster, at the same time, I guess there's some appreciation for that. Like, there's value in that. You know, you had to be there at the time of day. You had to be at the location, or you know, whatever somebody did to take that video or picture instead of, it was just generated.
Yeah.
Well, I think at the end of the day, we all appreciate authenticity, you know, and like AI is just, it doesn't seem very authentic. You know what I mean? And so like, I think we were saying like even videos that you're watching nowadays, it's like, well, is that real or is it fake? You don't even know what's real anymore, you know? So,
I know my wife used AI, and that was one of the things I thought was actually pretty cool, was during Christmas time. She was trying to get our dog to do some kind of wear some funny, like looking like hat, Christmas hat, and be a certain pose. The dog is not going to cooperate, right? It's like trying to get this thing off its head. So she took a still picture of the dog and then uploaded it to AI and said, AI, put a Christmas Santa hat on our dog and then say Merry Christmas. And it created a really cool picture that like my wife would have never been able to do with an uncooperative dog, right? So we all laughed, and because it was just unnatural. And then she did one where, okay, put him in the tub with bubbles on top of his head. And it worked. So it was really amusing and cool. But in the same token, it was like, you know, our dog would have never been able to do that. So I see some appreciation for it. But in the same token, it was like, we liked the photo, but you couldn't help but like, how in the hell did you get bubbles on top of your dog and pose it in the bathtub? Like, you just have to know that's AI.
But to me, it loses something if you know it's fake. And it's just like the same thing with how we communicate anymore. It's like it's losing its degree of authenticity. Like the way we communicate, Facebook or internet or something, as opposed to face. You know, it's like these degrees of becoming more and more inauthentic with how we interact with our environment. And to me, I don't know. I think that's even maybe it's not as cool or something that you get this picture of the dog doing something. At least it's real. And to me, that means a lot more than some generated photo. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you guys have seen it here lately before I completely cut you off, but bringing it up of I was applying for a position and or my kid doing a paper for school. There was specific directions saying, do not use AI to generate your answer. And you're like, like at first you're kind of like, okay, yeah, this is not a test. It's like a degree to evaluate your experience and expertise, right? But in the same token, man, our kid was just telling us about a lot of the kids that use AI to write some of their papers, and it kind of like turns the page of like, you know, when you're given a subject back in school and you're like, okay, I want you to write a 5-page research paper for this topic. And you're like, oh my God, why do I gotta do this? Now it's a topic I don't want to care less about, but now I have to to get the grade.
Well, back in our day, cheating on a book report was like watching the movie instead of reading the book.
We're just reading the Cliff Notes. It wasn't as big a deal.
But AI now, you could just tell it like,
just put it in ChatGPT.
Give me five pages, and you're like, brink.
Yeah.
Well,
then how is anybody learning anything? Like, how do you develop any skills? How do you know how to write? How do you know how to do anything? You just plug it into ChatGPT, and it's just like the whole thing with spell check. I guarantee you, people don't even hardly know how to spell anymore because of spell check.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
You know?
I feel like there are I'm sure there is somebody that could speak, let's be obvious. Anybody could talk about this with any expertise in how the mind works way better than I could. But I just remember from a little bit of my undergraduate coursework that in social and behavioral sciences, that there are certain parts of the brain that they're like highways. They are highways. And the more messages that are transmitted along those highways, it keeps that highway moving and the traffic moving well. So if you are taking shortcuts because you're using AI or spell check to do things that you ordinarily would have done, those highways are going to start to shrivel up a little bit. And so these highways are all connected. It's not like you just have one highway for spelling and there may be certain types of messages that are usually using one particular highway, but these highways are like routes. They all branch out and they connect. And so you're depriving yourself of your own spontaneous ability to use these neuron passageways, and you're hampering your ability for your mind to stay placid. Like you can't maintain that kind of elasticity in your mind if you're closing it off and using these. And I've heard people try to make a pitch for how AI is actually used for a tool and will make people smarter in the end. And I think that it's a very optimistic way to look at a problem that we already see happening. And that problem is that it's the degradation of, intellect. It's like we don't communicate in the ways that would help those highways stay in use. And you see it in dementia. I think you're going to see it. I think you're going to see those types of things get worse.
Well, what's the objective at the end of the day? I mean, I feel like you're creating people that maybe they're smarter in their ability to use technology, but they're not critical thinkers.
Yeah.
Creative.
And they're not creative. They're losing the individuality of what it is to be a person. They're just controllable. It just becomes this homogenous society, and everybody's like, I don't know. I mean, I question it, and I'm like, what is the objective here at the end of the day? It makes people less free thinking, that in turn would potentially make people more resistant to certain ideas or certain things. And so the more of this, the more everybody's just the same, and the more controllable people become. That's where I think it's heading to.
I can kind of see that. That's like it's like that emoji where the brain is exploding, right? It kind of, I don't know. I just keep thinking about that of like what makes, there's a point of technology to make life easier, but at the same token, you lose your creativity, you lose the brain power generating capability of better ideas and something newer and better, because you just go to some robot to answer the question for you.
I think it harms even our communication, because I've had a number of exchanges with customer service people lately over technology issues like my TV. And this person doesn't have the capacity, and I won't go into this too much. We've touched on this before in prior shows, but we're losing the interpersonal skills that allow a productive, successful outcome. So the ability to be empathetic or read something or say something funny or be personable to somebody. Instead, the more automated you can be is supposed to be somehow implicitly desired. It seems like they want that of their customer service people. And when I get on with somebody, I'm just so thankful, and I don't care who you are. I just feel like if you're not thankful when you call or have to reach out to a company for a problem, and you're not completely elated that you get a human, I don't understand you, because I know people shy away from sometimes in exchanges with people, but I think when you do that too much, you're losing the very skills that separate us from a machine. And those people are going to be replaced by a machine that will do the same thing. But don't you like being able to talk to a human to get to the root of the matter quicker, instead of having to figure out all the different ways to try to trick AI into answering the actual question you want? I mean, you will find when you go in and use AI that it doesn't always give you the best answer.
Well, let me ask you this, because I was kind of curious. There's a restaurant I used to like going to, and all of a sudden I go in and they have kiosks. Instead of having multiple register, like people at the register to take your order, they have one person to take your order for people that are like having trouble with the keypads, but they'll have 4 kiosks for you to order and 1 register. So, the first time I walk right past those things, I'm like, oh, heck no, I got to get mine because I want to get it with no onions and whatever type of thing. And to me, I'm like, it's going to take me longer to scroll through and put no onions and blah, 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 blah.
Find the no onion button.
Yeah. And hope it gets made right. But do you, when I was in Manhattan too, I went into like a McDonald's to get something to drink, and I walk in and there's nobody at the counter to take your order. You only have to use the kiosks. So I'm like, this is going to take me 5 minutes just to say I want one drink. Like, what? And then who's going to give me the cup? Like, what the hell? Like, I mean, it was frustrating, but I guess my point to you guys are like, it's like self-checkout. I think to me, self-checkout is like usually like, okay, I got 3-4 items max. Okay, I'm going to use self-checkout. Not I have a whole cart full of groceries. Now I need to check out. No, I'd like somebody to bag the items and everything. And, you know,
the people that do that just want to avoid human interaction. I think like you see at the self-checkout with a cart full of groceries, they don't want to talk to anybody, basically.
Well, to me, like,
you have an introvert line and an extrovert line. The introvert line will just be a machine.
That's the way we should work it. And then, the introvert line will go pretty quick because nobody's talking, nobody's socializing. The extrovert line might take a little longer.
Yeah, but that's where, like we were talking about. Tell me that isn't frustrating as hell, where technology is actually taking longer for you to check out than it would be if there was a person helping you. Yeah. Where if you came out with the technology of I rolled a shopping cart up and I roll it through this like freaking scanner and it just scans every single barcode and then I put my card up and I pay for it. Now that's technology that's like, okay, it made the job quicker. I don't have to move my products. I don't even have to lift it out of the basket. I just roll it and it's able to like X-ray and get every single weight or scan. And then I walk out like in a minute.
Have you seen that at Circle K? They kind of have it at Circle K. They have that checkout thing and you put all your items on like this square.
The weight. It's like by weight, right?
No, it's like a square and then it just like you put like say 5 different things and it recognizes all of them and then it just rings you up for all 5. It like,
have you found
I don't know if there's a camera or something there, but it like, oh, you bought the donuts and you bought the Snickers bar and the drink or whatever, and it just rings it all up.
And when you
right
use
there.
is it accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate.
I would,
but I mean that's on a smaller scale, But
there's also I don't know if I'll ever get to a point where I just completely trust it though. Be like to your question to Beige. Well, are you sure it was accurate? Because after 2 years with my TV and it just stops working. You just become like a little more skeptical that things can work like that and be so, can do a better job than a human at certain things.
Well, see, and all the research you did, because I'm sure you researched the crap out of that TV before you bought it.
Yeah.
And it still took a crap.
And if we, to something you said earlier, if we had just the green and the yellow fridge to pick from, that all it did was keep food cold, I wouldn't have to do all that research because it would just be doing a very simple job.
Dude, I guarantee you could pull out one of those old school TVs that weighed like 100 pounds. That's like the tiny TVs, and it would still work today.
I had a Zenith that worked for 10 years, dude.
That's kind of
like a furniture piece.
When we went to go get a new fridge after that failure happened, we purposely looked for a fridge with less options because we're like,
smart.
I will spend more money on a quality fridge with less options just to know that it'll last longer and I don't have to deal with the issue of getting it delivered or removing it and doing whatever, researching it to make sure it's such a pain in the ass. But it's funny how we look at those things. And to me, again, technology it should make it easier, quicker, not necessarily more burdensome. I go back to self-checkout, that it's like, I don't know if you guys do Sam's Club every once in a while, but they have, I will say that's one thing that Sam's Club definitely has better than Costco is their app.
Okay.
And they have a thing.
Yeah, there's no Costco. Maybe
they do have a Costco app, but the one thing that Sam's has is Scan and Go. And at first I was kind of like, Scan and Go, what is that? Like, it's you pull up your phone. Imagine you pull up your app. You're signed in. It's your membership. As you are shopping or right before you're ready to check out, you scan your barcodes with your phone. And then your payment method is either it's already preloaded onto your account, so you could shop online anyways, but also it's loaded on your profile. So when you barcode it you go by, bleep, bloop, 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 you scan your 10 items, and then you hit checkout. And then it generates a QR code, and you walk through this like scanner thing, and it's able to check when you're walking out. You know how usually like at Costco they check your ticket at the end to make sure you scanned all your items. You walk through this like I don't know, this I don't know what you'd call it. Like let's just call it a magnetometer, but it's really big. And you walk through it, and you show the freaking person at the door your QR code, and they're like, "Oh, good, we already know you have all your items because you bought it with the QR code." So the QR code, and it's all online. So when you look up your account, it'll also purchase. You bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. Wow. How many times have you gone to Costco, and especially on a Saturday, Sunday, and you go up here and like, oh, dude, the lines are like 6, 7, 8 people deep. Like, oh, come on, I got 4 things. Well, same thing at Sam's because they're kind of competitors with each other. Dude, you just walk right past everybody. You just walk right past because you checked that on your phone. See you later. There's no paper receipt. It's on your account. So that was one part where I was like, actually, I'd like that feature because I don't have to wait in line anymore, especially if I got 10 items.
When you don't have to wait in line to get out of the store where that old lady checks your receipt and draws a little happy face on it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's such a...
Like, and are you really checking all the items? I mean, come on. Like,
I feel like it's such a farce, that interaction between me and them. I feel like we have to indulge it, and it's so contrived because now the antithesis is when you do get somebody pleasant, it's not a big deal, and it never really is.
But my question is, have they ever caught somebody that way?
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen somebody saying, "Sir, you have 10 items in your cart and there's 8 on the receipt. Go back, sir." I've never seen that in all my time shopping at Costco. There's never been.
Do you guys ever remember Service Merchandise, that store?
Oh, yeah.
Where, like, that was before Best Buy. Mm-hmm. And you would go in, see a product. They'd have one product display, like let's say it was a boombox, right? So you go over there, turn up the volume and crank it up in the store, and you're like, this is it. All right, cool. And it had like a little card, and you take the card, you go pay, and then you'd have to go to this other location where it was like kind of like a loading dock. And then some dude was like, "Yeah, man, you got the new stereo. Okay, cool. I'll go in the back and go get it and bring it up to you." And he brings you a box. And it was kind of like, if you remember Best Buy too, like when you bought a product, you had to walk up to the security guard and show him your receipt to get, I guess people were stealing so much.
I mean, it kind of made you feel special.
Yeah.
You're like,
well,
oh, yeah.
Well, does it also like, you're like, okay, I'm blowing $200 at Costco. And some guy's going to check my receipt to make sure I bought everything, you know?
A little insulting.
It's kind of like, do you not trust me? Like, or there's those memes that you see where people are like, who cares if I get my checking out right? You're not paying me as an employee. I just scanned the items the best I could.
Well, there's a couple times too where they've actually provided a service because they'll make sure that you got your cash. That if you got, they'll say, "Oh, did you get all your money?" Because they're supposed to be, you can get your executive rebate there or your 2% or 3 or 4, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll check that too. But yeah, the number of items they count. That person's doing probably 2 or 3 other jobs. That's not their only job, but yeah, that's an interesting one. And I'm sure that as technology advances, they might get rid of some jobs. And, I don't know. I think that the creativity, the spontaneous creativity that people provide on a day-to-day basis, even at the most minimalist level, I think is something that's good for us. And I think that it deprives us a little bit.
Well, I just think, back to the AI thing, like, I think another thing, or technology, another thing is probably the biggest example of this. I would think you're a car guy, probably cars, right? Like, you look at the cars from the 70s, it's all manual, it's all gears and
window cranks,
the window cranks and everything. And like, that stuff rarely broke. And if it did break, it was easy to fix and replace,
Most people could have repaired
and
it
everybody
themselves.
could work on their cars. Nowadays, a lot of people can't even work on their cars. I had a car before where you couldn't even change the battery yourself because you had to like flash it with a special code from the dealer and everything once you replace the battery. And like, there's certain things, and it's like you can't even work on these cars anymore because it's just got all these certain technological things, and now cars are breaking down like all the time. Something's going wrong, and it's...
Well, they've accused of certain manufacturers, I can't think of the brands right now, that they've actually made it to where you can only take your car for repairs to the dealership. So there's like specialized tools, or you can't just take it to Jiffy Lube for whatever. You have to go to the brand of dealer that you bought your car at. So you kind of lost its luster of like, oh, I need this for my car. I can just go to Jiffy Lube real quick and take it. No, you have to have special tools, or they're the only ones that can operate it, because they can, there has been accused of manufacturers putting a special lock on a program, like the computer on your car, to where only the dealership, only the manufacturer can tell, okay, the computer says this is the problem. Well, sorry, nobody else can read that computer.
And then they charge you like $200 to read that code.
Correct.
It's crazy.
That sounds a little bit too like the internet, where they can throttle back your speed, if you pay a little bit.
Well, and
less.
the thing is like there's guys out there that it's not even a convenience thing. Like there's guys that buy cars because they want to work on cars.
Yeah.
Like they enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I got to work on this car. It's a pain in the butt. No, like it's a hobby, So
well, absolutely, and I think that certain vehicles like trucks, we've talked. I don't know if we've when I say we, like friends of ours talked about, like the pickup truck used to be fairly simple, and that was like a working man's vehicle. Now there's all this technology and leather seats. Like think about in 1960s or 70s or heck even 80s, you couldn't find a truck with leather seats, 4 doors.
Now it's like a status thing. Oh, you got a truck. Like it's like some of these trucks are 6 figures.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, trucks have gotten expensive. I think, I did think of something good about AI if they can get to where, and maybe they're already doing this, but, if you are getting your car worked on, maybe it can eliminate that biasness that you're concerned with.
Oh, that might be good.
Where if they actually tell you something's wrong, it was detected to be in error through an automated thing that's impartial, that it's not partial to human scamming.
It's not the flux capacitor.
One of the things I heard that might be not too far, and I'm curious to hear your guys' opinion on this one, is how like most, especially new cars, they got to have some sort of GPS technology, whether it's some sort of gimmick, whether it's like OnStar, which is a GM product, but something similar to where you pay and they know where your car is. I had an Lexus, the same thing. You look up the app, so that way you can auto start your car type of thing, right? Well, if you look, it also tells you where you last parked. Well, that means it knows, and
It's tracking you.
It's tracking you, right? So if you're thinking, okay, well, it just knows where I parked, not a big deal. If you think about it, it's also monitoring how you drive the car. So, and what I'm saying is it wouldn't be very hard for the new cars to be programmed to, every time you exceed the speed limit, every time you don't use your blinker, you could then be subject to a citation just being mailed to your house.
Or they give the information to the insurance company.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that too. Like, okay, this guy doesn't use his blinker when he
drives
changes
too
lanes.
fast.
Yeah, he's accelerating too fast. He's not using his blinker enough. Or like whenever you speed, just automatically the government would send you your ticket to your mail because GPS knows that it's 65 on this freeway and you were doing 70. Sorry, here's your ticket. And it took away the human ability of, oh, I was this or I was in a hurry. You know what I mean? It's like, how would our lives be if that's how it would, how you would just what do you call
It'd be like Minority Report.
Well,
man.
back to the thing
You'd
before
be
is
getting
like
arrested before you even did the crime.
Yeah, yeah. You thought about it, and you're like, boom, you're in jail.
well, play that out, and then you have, you would have people that are out of a job. Like if they would just mail you a ticket, then there goes a lot of your cops and your highway patrol guys that are out there writing tickets all the time. Like those jobs. So like now those police departments are pared down considerably because they don't need a lot of that work that they were doing before. So that's a big question with AI in the future is like, what do people do?
No, and the thing about it, I just thought about this while we were talking. Let's say your new car has AI and it's like, hey, Pierce, your tire pressure's low. I'm not going to let you drive your car until you fill your car up with air pressure. And you're like, I'm late for work. I got to go.
I apologize. And I'm going to say this on, we're broadcasting this, so to speak. I lie to my phone so much because it's always asking me, are you driving? No,
No.
I'm not driving. Give me the information I need now because I'm not driving. I'm driving, but I just tell it. It's like, yeah, I could see that happening. Where they don't let you do something.
Sorry, I'm not going to let you drive. Your oil change is due.
I hate when I say, I'm driving. My phone's sitting there. I don't even have to pick it up. And I say, hey, Siri, what's it going to be like when we no longer have,
as your phone picks it up.
Yeah, what's
picking it up now.
What's going to happen when we, I have some question about a product and I'm going somewhere to look at it and I'll ask her a question about it and compared to another one. And she's like, sorry, I can't tell you that right now until you stop moving. And I'm like, you little biatch.
She won't even talk to you while you're driving, because I thought the whole thing was like your inattention of like texting makes sense.
No, my Siri's gotten a little more Nazi-ish with me, dude. She doesn't let me just ask her questions and give me answers.
Your brain's got to stay on task. She knows you too well.
She's messing with me. I tried to improve my relationship with her, but it's not working. Like I said, thank you, Siri, and then she'll be like, you're welcome. Whatever. But it's just a feigned you're welcome. Like I know it's not true. It doesn't come from the heart.
I thought it was like Google Maps when you're driving, right? And it only allows you to input like say a street address, how would you put it, via like your finger, only when you're stopped. Yeah. As soon as your car starts moving, of course the phone, the vehicle, whatever, knows you're moving, so it takes that feature and you only have voice.
Now try it next time you're driving. Ask a question not even related to your route, and just say, "Hey, so and so, what's the closest store that will sell a Batman cowl?" And see what she does, and she'll be like,
really?
I can't tell you that until you stop moving," or something. She'll say something to that effect. And sometimes when she does that, I'm like, "Who's the boss here? You're not the boss of me. I'm the boss of you."
That's what
right?
I'm saying, right?
You want to fight?
Like,
I'll fight you right now.
The nanny,
Siri, okay?
nanny protection.
Yeah,
right?
you want to? Let's throw some hooks. Me and Siri. Yeah, I'll fight you. I will fight you.
Well, Amazon Music does the same thing. When you're driving, it puts Amazon Music into driving mode, and you can't navigate, you can't search by text or anything. It like knows that you're driving.
Damn.
And then when you try to open Amazon Music, it's in driving mode basically. So you have to say, "I'm not driving," and then you can go and search for a song.
Really? I haven't had that yet.
Yeah.
Is that through your car?
It's like on your phone. Like
it's
on
your
the app
phone
on
connected to your car.
Mm-hmm.
We have determined.
Oh wow, I haven't tried that yet.
Right.
I do use Amazon Music, but I
it'll
don't
recognize that you're driving, and it'll put it in. At least mine will put it in driving mode.
I'm sorry, Beige. We have determined that you are lying. You will be reported to the nearest law enforcement facility. Please report there for your indictment.
We are moving your car to navigate.
Your hearing date is scheduled for 2 days.
There's Beige jumping out his window.
I was thinking with Pierce, I think his TV turned off just because it didn't like what you were watching.
That's what it was.
That's what happened.
A little too much Madonna.
I was watching.
Shut it down.
I was watching a lot of Chips, Price is Right, Fall Guy.
Yeah.
Watched some Laverne and Shirley, and it's like, this does not compute.
Right.
And it also wanted me to do an update.
It thinks you're
in the 1980s with all the shows you're watching.
This guy needs an update, bro. He's only.
I don't need an update. You need an update. Your update. You're all.
Beige is right. That's exactly what it did.
Yeah. Now, I didn't update it. I didn't update it.
That's why it shut down. But this guy, no more TV.
That update had nothing to do with the power, though. You can't even get an LED. The LED light when you plug it in doesn't even come on the TV anymore.
Have you tried saying the phrase, "I'll watch something new today"?
No, I said a lot of ugly phrases.
That's why it's not.
And I looked right at it when I was saying them too, so it knows I was talking directly to it. It wasn't talking to the ethereal Siri in the imaginary world of Hula.
It's filming you, and it's being beamed to some far off location that Samsung.
Can you imagine if that TV,
operates.
if somebody at Samsung was watching me through a little camera on that TV, they would see some insane behavior, dude. I mean, and I'm
like the Truman Show,
and that's okay. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm not ashamed. They should be ashamed, and maybe they would learn something about true human bravery. Yeah, if they were watching me just for a day dealing with their stupid technology.
I had a laptop take a dump on me, and I called tech support. Dude, I think I'm normally a pretty patient person, but I was cussing and yelling like I had never done before, because first off, like I'm a little tech savvy, but I'm not a computer IT guy, right? So usually I'll try to
I don't get that when I look at you. I'm not thinking IT technology.
Well, my point is I'll try to like go through some diagnosis myself. I'm not just going to go, oh, computer's not working, call. No, like I try to go through some steps and try to figure like, okay, maybe I'll try to look up something on the internet on another device and say, hey, what's going on? Let me see if I can fix this myself. I usually try that first. So when I call for help, like IT support, and they start, did you try turning off your computer?
Oh,
yes,
man.
5 times. Okay, did you try checking for updates? What series of update do you have? I'm like, my computer is up to date. I update it every single time I'm on it. Like I get the newest updates. I'm not Pierce. I update that thing properly. And so you have to go through the, okay, look, I've gone through those easy like steps. Is the computer plugged on, plugged in? Mm-hmm. Is it turned on? Yes. Yes. And the other issue was I was getting somebody with a super, super heavy accent.
Oh yeah.
And it was very tough. And so you're already frustrated. Just like,
I wish that they could understand the cultural, like it's nothing against them. Okay. If I hadn't grown up in the US of A, which this has been my experience, so I'm just going to say it.
I know what you're talking about. 'Cause
I might not understand the nuance of why Pierce left a long pause after she said, have you unplugged it yet? Because I think when I say, oh, yeah, that's not, and I did it so dramatically, I'm trying to introduce a little levity that I think she should be laughing at, because this is not a fun experience, but she didn't laugh, dude.
No.
And so when she said, okay, go ahead and unplug it and leave it off for at least 30 seconds and I'll go ahead and time it, I was like, are you kidding me right now? She actually timed me. And then she says, okay, you can plug it back in now. And I was like, ma'am, I've tried this like 3 or 4 times before I called you. Don't you think I would have tried unplugging my $2,500 TV before I tried calling you? Because I know you and I are going to have a hard time understanding each other, because I've done this with other companies. And I also know you're not going to get my comedic wit. So yeah, I tried unplugging it already.
That's exactly the state of mind I was in. I was cussing up the storm because I was so hot.
But I didn't say any of that. It was hard, dude. But I thought, the other thing is I realized this lady, she's got me. She's got me by the NUTS right now, because I need her. Yeah. I need her to like me as a human being. I need her to have sympathy for me. I need whatever good is in her heart to come through in how she types my incident for the next person. And so I try to be a little charming. And I don't know if you've noticed that when you're dealing with customer service, but I have a feeling that 9 times out of 10, most people try to turn on just a hint of being a little bit charming or a little bit easier to get through. If you can be a little bit easier to deal with than the last jerk they had, it's going to be noticeable to them. And you want that because you feel like I'll actually get my problem remedied, But it's when you don't feel like you can establish that with this person because they are so automated. You must unplug this. I will time you 30 seconds, please. And I even said, oh man, my wife's upstairs. Let me go get her because I can't see the back of the label. She's got tinier hands. I'm like waiting for just a small, no, dude, and I was like, I almost started thinking,
was it AI that you were talking to?
I started to think, is she an AI? Yeah, is she a double agent?
I guess think about that, and that's what makes us different is that we laugh about certain things. If you're talking to AI, I mean, think about the last time you were talking to Siri or Amazon or Alexa or whatever. Did they just laugh at what you were saying?
They've tried to introduce some of that. Like I heard that I said, you're really annoying me right now, Siri. And she said, I am sorry. And I'm like, are you really? Like, are you really sorry in your heart?
You and Siri need couples counseling.
And then she stopped talking to me, and I was like, oh, okay, clearly she's being fake again.
Dude, I'm talking all this crap about technology, but I have a confession. I did just buy the Meta sunglasses.
How do you like them?
The Ray-Ban. They're freaking amazing.
What do they do? I don't even know about this.
They take pictures like with your sunglasses.
What do you
just hit just hit a button, or you say, "Hey Meta, take a picture," and it takes a picture of whatever you're looking at. or it records a video of whatever you're looking at.
And it's high def, like it's supposed to be like super clear.
And it's super
nice.
clear.
Wow.
It's
How much did that
And I
set
bought
you
it
back?
mainly for like going on hikes and stuff. I'm just bad with like taking pictures.
When you're
like
for the loving, for the special time.
Whoa.
for hiking, dude. Hiking.
Oh,
Hiking.
oh, okay. I thought he was.
Wait a second.
Here's what he wants to hear. I guess.
She's like, why are you wearing
that
those?
went off topic real fast.
Why are you wearing those in the
You're wearing
boudoir?
I didn't think you wear glasses.
Do you want to take those off?
for my
Well, no,
protection.
I'm nearsighted. I can't see with. Well, I'm going to be right in front of you.
Click.
I'm going to be right here.
Wow.
Wow.
No,
That's gross.
but
what a perv.
wow,
So,
this went off the rails here.
Wow.
jeez.
But they also have like you can look at something and say, "Hey, Meta, what am I looking at?" And it'll tell you what you're looking at. Like if you're looking at a mountain or something, "Hey, Meta, what mountain am I looking at?"
You are
And it will
looking
tell
at
you.
a woman's private parts.
So it must have like speakers built into it, or
It's
what?
got speakers. You can play music on it. You
Oh,
can,
really?
You
Oh.
can do translation.
Is it
Oh,
like
that's
you,
cool.
you have to plug in like earbuds or something?
No, it's got speakers on the bottom of the sides, and it just connects to your phone, and it plays speakers on your sunglasses themselves.
You know what's going to happen is that
whoa, that's-
it's going to tell you, you're going to say, is this person lying to me? And they're going to be like, based on our research.
Based on his facial tick,
You're going to be like, do they really love me?
his avoidance of eye contact,
Yeah.
he's a liar.
Are they truly experiencing an orgasm right now?
Hey,
This is
Pierce
not-
just won't let this
Wow.
one
Dude, that's what I thought
like
you were
that.
saying. I don't know. I put it together. Beige is a perv, and he's got these glasses,
yeah.
and I just figured that's what we were.
You
talking
know, I was just
go.
thinking.
Beige is a perv. Meanwhile, there's a Batman costume here, which I'm sure Pierce has used in the boudoir
What?
before, probably.
No, dude, that would be. I don't want to get that dirty. Come on.
the body
would
fluids
be
on poor
blasphemous.
Yeah,
Batman.
I've sterilized that thing even after I wear it myself. That's only brought children happiness. How dare you, dude?
No, but that's cool. So it Bluetooths to your phone.
It connects to your phone,
So
and
you can play
basically
music.
you can play music. It's AI, so you can ask, "Hey Meta, who's the oldest person in the world?" And it'll do it like you would AI Google basically, and type in something, and AI.
And you're
will
not
come
having
up.
to type it. It just works. Wow, that is different.
That is cool. Who's the
And
fairest
I
boy
got
in the world?
I got the transition ones, so they like are glasses inside, and then when you're outside, they transition to sunglasses. So
Well, how come you didn't bring these,
you
dude?
could wear them all the time, and like I didn't want to get sunglasses because what douche wears sunglasses inside?
Yeah, but we could
So
have seen
you
them
want to
and
be
talked
able
about
to.
them.
You want to no, but I'm saying like
Where are they?
I
Where are
didn't
they
buy
right now?
just the sunglasses because I wanted to wear them all the time, and I don't want to be the douche that wears sunglasses inside.
Meta, is he lying to me?
Yeah, I need to get a pair of glasses too, like
Is
this.
Beige
now.
lying to me?
Yeah.
So-
yeah. You
So
don't
I
want a pair.
I basically just sold Pierce on
Yeah,
these
you're
Okay,
Meta
well,
buying
glasses.
them right
you-
now.
And I wish I earned an income from Ray-Ban.
Well,
but
you
I don't.
know the kind of sunglasses I wear, right? You've seen them. Do I need to get them? I want to ask you a question because you know the style I wear, right?
I mean, they're like the '80s Wayfarer style, right?
No, they're not like that. You know how I wear
Are they like
a
the
sporty look?
the mono lens?
No,
like the
a
one
sporty
lens?
look. No, dude, stop searching for a comment. Stop searching for a laugh and be honest. Just
I
be
gotta
honest.
laugh.
Be a
I
real
gotta
beige, a real human for a second.
Oh.
You know the type of glasses I wear, right?
laugh. Yeah, they're pretty lame. I know.
Oh, damn.
Hey,
Dude,
he's been
you're
giving
accruing.
me. He's been giving me
Yeah,
a fair share here, so
Yeah,
it's
you're
coming back.
The bank is accruing on you, mister. Interest ball busting is building and building.
I
Yeah.
like it.
No, the sportier look that I like, where they're kind of rounded and they have like a bug eye look. Could you get some like that, or are they all just kind of similar?
No,
square?
I think those are too old style.
you just
you might.
don't get it. You just don't get it, dude.
You might honestly. The Meta glasses come in Oakley, Ray-Ban. There's different makers of them. So are you saying you like the Oakley style glasses
The wraparound.
that
Have you
were
heard of Wiley's?
popular in the 90s?
No, Wiley's. Wiley's came out with some
Oh.
sweet glasses that I liked.
I think they're targeted mainly at shooting.
Simpletons?
No. I'm saying like towards shooting for eye protection, not just style. Like
okay.
not
Yeah.
simply style,
Yeah.
but protecting your eyes.
People
from-
usually only
Damn,
wear
do I
those
have
on
to go
the
get my
range.
glasses,
Yeah.
dude, so I can show them to you?
Well, I mean,
I want to get what I was trying to get help from a friend.
You're the research.
Yeah.
Well, you give it, you get it. I mean, that's the way it goes.
I want friendly help.
You give it.
Some friendly help, dude. I'm bleeding in a ditch. I want to ask a simple question. And I get 3 shots right in the nuts, dude, and then a tea bag, and then he gives me some water.
To let you know it's not AI, right, dude. This is not AI.
Before I read you your last rights.
Damn.
But I would suggest, because you're the research extraordinaire here, go on Oakley and Ray-Ban and look at all their Meta glasses and see if you can find, because Oakley and Ray-Ban both make different models and styles of these Meta glasses.
Right. So yeah, it doesn't sound like they're gonna have the ones I want. I like a little rounded shape to my sunglasses. I don't want everything to be so square and like sticking far out. I like them to be kind of tight, sporty looking, just because then that way when I'm running, I have a less drag.
He runs so fast that he creates this wind.
Yes. Thank you for stating the obvious, but yes, that's exactly what I was saying.
And you want it aerodynamic. You don't want it to slow you down with those square edges.
Right. You know, the first thing that came to Pierce's mind when you said Meta glasses and viewing. Yeah. So you think the missus will be good with you wearing your wraparound glasses when
that's why you got to get the transitions,
your love-making session.
All the joking
doing
aside,
the sunglasses, then that's weird, But if you're wearing regular glasses, that's acceptable.
If you have square-looking glasses in the bedroom, that's very that's very not sexy. All right, my glasses would at least be set. But I want to also say this:
because I have square glasses, pretty much all my glasses.
Yeah.
So I take this as a personal attack.
As soon as Beige comes into the boudoir with his square glasses, everybody goes flaccid. Okay.
I would hope that
let's not go there.
Standard eye protection.
It's
in
nothing.
Case
that's just his sexuality, people. I didn't mean to say flaccid, but that's what we're. Okay, so I'm just saying that, if I get my sunglasses, actually, the truth is I've stopped wearing sunglasses as much because they're finding that there might be some issues where we're not getting enough light into our eyes, like actual real light, not the inside.
Because the
light.
wraparound. It's the wraparound. It's too...
That's why you need the squares.
Yeah, with the leather on the side. Yeah, I like the leather on the side. Just kidding.
That's a little Mad Max style.
Anyway, I tried to help you guys. I asked you guys for help, and this is I see what I got. I got what I got, and that's what I got. And that's what happens when sometimes you reach out to a friend when you're in need, and the friend will either take a number 2 on your hand or he will grab your hand and lead you out of hell. And in this case,
you're gonna get.
He took a number 2 on my hand, then he punched me in the nutsack and he slapped my face like a little bitch. And it hurts, dude.
I like it, bro.
Yeah, especially because I have to move into his house.
Sometimes it's tough.
Dude, I gave him a sweet... I'm sorry. I'm going to say this. I gave him a couch.
As a friend, it needs to be. You gave me a couch. I remember paying for this couch. By the way.
Yeah,
gave me a couch.
This is for the comedy, but it was almost. It was a little over 2. I don't know. It was something like 1,600.
That's not the price I saw at the place I was looking.
No, I'm kidding, but I was just trying to be funny. Emily and I had a good conversation about that, and it's so nice to know. That it went to a happy home. You know what's so weird is when you have something and it's become
a dog.
And when it's become a part of your family, you're like, I hope it gets a good house. You want it to go, and I felt good about it going to your apartment. And I thought, man, I just hope that the ladies he brings home are, I shouldn't be talking about this, but you want everything to be classy because the couch was in such a loving environment. It was in such a, and I thought the thought of giving that to you, it made me feel good. And I remember one time I said, we've talked it over and we want you to have it. And Beige he gave me $1,000 for the couch. So that should be
nice.
But it's a pretty sweet couch. So I wanted to his defense.
But did you give him, knowing Pierce, he gave this to Beige, but said,
but see, gave,
we're
using the term gave when you pay $1,000. Like give is not,
give or donate.
It was way over that, but
it's charity.
It's not, I'm not trying to brag about my charity.
I don't think gave is the proper verb.
He purchased.
Yeah. We had a deal.
But did he put stipulations knowing Pierce? Like,
money.
You can't sit on there with just a very thin layer of underwear. You need to be wearing at least.
You've never sat on there naked, right?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, just tell me you've never sat on there naked, please.
I thought you transferred ownership, dude. I didn't think I was like adopting your couch.
No,
I know, but I didn't know that I was going to put my couch through. This was never horrible.
This was never in the stipulations when I purchased.
Let me ask you:
couch.
Did you wipe?
I should have had you sign something that said, "I will not rape your couch."
But you didn't. So
I will not rape or sit on your couch with my butt cheeks. Yeah, that would be. I just like thinking that my couch isn't a.
Well, how do I know that you didn't do that before I purchased it?
Dude, you know. Come on, look around, dude. You know that never happened.
I don't know, dude. I do not know.
You would not have purchased it if you even had a thought that might happen. No way.
I mean, I had to expect
curly hair.
Exactly.
Meta glasses identify this curly.
This curly
part
hair.
of the body to discover.
Please do DNA analysis on this hair.
Even the hairs down south are not curly.
Whoa!
I use conditioner. I use conditioner on everything. If it's curly, I have to
all
remove
the
it.
children in the car right now. Please
he goes to the salon for those hairs too.
I just tweeze. I just pull them out.
Man.
I tweeze those things, dude. I don't want to see a curly.
Little Timmy sitting in the back seat right now is getting a lot of shock.
That's not our fault. That's not our fault. Look, if you tune into this show and you don't understand how crass and crude red and beige are, then that's on you. I mean, if you're not going to get...
He said how just me and you. Did you notice?
Yeah. Notice that he's the one that brought up how I would use these meta glasses.
Dude, that's what you were just leading us to think, because we know...
Because I said hiking?
No, I think you said making love. We rewind it.
That's a different...
We rewind it, we'll hear making love.
I don't know what you think about when you think about me, but...
Yeah. Well, try not to in that area, but... Yeah, that's Oh, this show is about technology, and I think we really helped people today because we opened Pandora's box into all the ills and the small benefits to technology. It can help you, but it can also hurt you. It can make your friends hurt feelings. It can make you cause things to happen, that you didn't intend. And I think what we've learned is that you have to be careful. And when you buy a TV, yes, do some research, but know that no matter how much research you did, it could still be a pile of junk. And somebody could take a number 2 in a box and mark guaranteed on it. It's still just a number 2 in a box.
Yeah.
And that's from Tommy Boy. But I want to thank our listeners. I want to thank Beige and Red for being my friends. I like it. I love you guys. And I really think I should
That's a one-way street, no?
Yeah. Well, at least we're being honest. And this is Pierce signing off with
Beige.
Red.
Adios. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back as soon as we can. I know it's hard and you guys miss us, but we're busy. We have lives and stuff, but we like doing this. We are probably going to do a recording someday with video. Maybe after December-ish, we'll start looking into that. And then, so something to look forward to. I mean, you'll get to see, you guys will understand why I talk to Beige the way I do. All right. Anyway, later on.